So I'm just doing a quick video of the new basement and give you a bit of an update. Actually, it's the first video, so it's not even an update, it's just a whole brand new thing. So basically, here's the doorway. As you can see, this is going to be into the basement suite. You won't come in through that way, you'll be coming in through that door over there, but I'll show you in a second. But basically, I never took any video before I started, but essentially all we've done in here is take the baseboards off and fill holes and everything. As you can see, there's like patches of filler and everything, just trying to we took the baseboard off. We're going to put new flooring in. This is quite dark, so we're going to paint it a much lighter colour to give it, obviously, you know, to make it a bit brighter in here, because it is a basement. That's the main bedroom. Then there's another bedroom in here, which again we've done the same. We're going to put new flooring in here as well. Took the baseboards off. You can see all the filler, all this edge was ruined, so we've tidied all that up. There's a closet in there. You need to obviously paint all the trim because it looks pretty rough house. Then I'll show you. So then here's the kitchen. It's got a dishwasher just there, stove there, all the usual. There's a bit of storage, not a huge amount, but a bit. And this funky fridge freezer. I don't really know why it's so funky, but it is. So and then there's a washer dryer which has got to go in this corner here. I've got like a little electrical panel here which basically does this basement half. And then this is the lounge room. I'll show you in a sec. What I've basically done in the bathroom though, I've basically redone the bathroom. Basically I've retiled and I just grouted last night. So I've cleaned it, but I've got to clean it again today. It's obviously still scummy and everything, but basically it had like that plastic sheeting on the wall. So I took the plastic sheets off. Sure enough, the drywall was all wet, so I had to cut all the drywall out, and I put concrete board basically where the tiles are is where I put concrete board. So that'll obviously is a lot better. And then I've retiled it. I've obviously got to put a bead of silicone round at the bottom once I've cleaned all the tiles again of all the grout. They used to have a sink here. As you can see, there's like this little line here. Basically the sink ended here. As you can see, these are the fixing holes for the sink. And it seemed like a lot of wasted space in this corner and then all here. So what I've basically done, took the sink out, cut all the plumbing, and the sink is going to go, basically the sink's going to go to about here, to about there. And that's what that new sink there in the lounge room is for. So then you're going to have all this as open space. So we may end up putting in a couple of shelves for towels or something, but there is also a bit of storage behind the door. So it might just be, you know, make the bathroom feel a bit more roomy and not actually have anything here, so it's not so cluttered, which are sort of always nice in the basement because they're never as big as you'd like. And then in the lounge room we haven't really done anything. As you can see, it's just white spots everywhere. It's dark paint on the bottom and like this peachy colour on the top. So again, we're going to paint it all a lot lighter. What we may actually do though, I'm going to put a bit of a shelving, put a top plate on there to make it more of a shelf, and the same along here. And what we might do, where they've painted the brown, we may actually do a slightly darker colour than the top half, just to give it a bit of contrast. I was thinking of doing like a chair rail all the way along, but the problem is it cut through right on those the light switches there, so I think it would look a bit funky unless I can come up with a nice idea. I don't know yet. The one, we were going to keep this floor, but the problem is, if you have a look here, the way they've cut the floor, it's probably They've cut the floor, like if I was going to cut the lounge room floor, I would have cut it straight across there, from there to there. But instead they've cut it in the middle. And again, if I was going to cut the kitchen, I either would have cut it against this wall going straight across here, then you'd have the laundry and everything with that wall. Or I'd cut it on this corner here, I guess diagonally across. Not ideal, I know, but it'd be a damn sight better than cutting it neither one thing or the other. And this floor's a little bit funky here, so I'm guessing that's partly why they did it, which is basically shit, and I'm not happy with. So I think what we're going to end up doing is reflooring. Sorry, there's a bedroom, so reflooring this hallway. We're probably going to cut the kitchen floor across there, and then we're going to refloor all of this all into lounge room again. I'm going to level this bit of funky floor around here. I don't know what's going on, but there's something, all the floor's a mess, so I'm going to have to get some self leveling and do something now. I don't exactly know what it's like until I pull it up, but basically that's an area, a problem area, and I think it will flow better if we have the flooring. It seems a bit extravagant, I know, because this flooring actually, although it's dirty, is actually pretty good for the most part. And if it was cut there and the flooring was good, I would leave it. But I just think it's not one thing or the other, and the problem is you can't, because like I say, it's not the kitchen, it's not the dining room or anything, the lounge room. So you can't stick a table there or anything because you're sort of half and half. It just doesn't work for me, so I don't like it. So what I'll show you is, this is their entrance way. What I ripped out is in the bathroom. Obviously there's a drywall, I ripped out all the plumbing, but it's I don't know whether you can really see it in a second. Basically this was all the plastic sheeting that was on the wall, and it was done terribly, so that's why it leaked, and then all the drywall just sucked it up, of course. And then this is the vanity that was in the corner, so that was right up in the corner, this end, and then the sink was, as I showed you before. And again, not that there's anything overly wrong with it, it's just really poorly designed. And I was going to reuse that, but the cabinet was a bit hokey, and if I cut the countertop and finishing the edge and everything, I ended up just buying a cheap vanity for a couple $100. It's clean, it's tidy, it's not the most sexiest vanity in the world, but you know, it's basic, it does what it needs to do. And like I say, it'll go against that, it'll go against that back wall, so you'll be sort of come in, you can wash your hands here then. I just think it works much better for the bathroom. So that's it. So what I'll do is when I do a bit more work, I'll take another video, hoping to get some painting done today, because we did a load of filling. And I think we're going to pull the trigger and redo all the floors, so which means more work, which basically means we're not going to be renting it for the middle of this month. It'll have to be the first of next month. I was hoping that we might be able to get it rented for the middle of this month, but anyway, that's it. So I will fill you in on more details as and when.